Hi Cancer, here is your weekly reading starting from May 8th through to May 14th. I have already pre-shuffled and laid out your cards, so we're going to get straight into the reading. Now, the first card we have, the overall energy, we do have the Nine of Wands and it is reversed. And this is quite a difficult energy because it talks about either you or somebody around you being very on edge, maybe being defensive. Sometimes slight paranoia can be attached to this card as well. It can talk about somebody that is feeling extremely stressed or is under a lot of intense pressure. But it can also talk about how somebody may very well, as I said, be on their guard or have a barrier up. Now that barrier could be in terms of their feelings, any number of things. It can also talk about somebody that is very hesitant about making a long-term commitment if we're talking about a relationship situation. Now, the thing that's crossing that, we do have the Two of Wands. And this is often, sorry, the Two of Cups. This is often referred to as like the soulmate card. So we've got a relationship here, okay, that you're in. And presumably, the fact this card is upright, it talks about there being love within this relationship, feeling valued, feeling respected, but mutually so. But for some reason, either you or the other person is, as I said, being defensive or is feeling very much on edge. Now, down here we do have the Ten of Pentacles. This card can talk about wealth and finances within the generation of a family. But the thing I always notice about this is you've got this couple here, and they're obviously having a conversation. We don't know what, obviously, they're talking about. I'm starting to think here, and looking at the other cards that we have on the table, I'm actually wondering if some of you are in a relationship with somebody who is either they are already married or committed, or you are married and committed to somebody else. And maybe that's why we have that Nine of Wands energy, where somebody, as I said, is feeling very much on guard, feeling on edge. Maybe if you are in a relationship with somebody else, and as I said, it is a third-party situation, then of course either one of you may very well be feeling that Nine of Wands energy. And this card could be here to highlight that either one of you is already in a committed relationship with somebody else. The thing is, in the near past, and it may very well be that for some of you, this Two of Cups relationship is now coming to an end this week, because we've got here the Eight of Cups, okay, in the recent past. And this talks about having done everything you possibly can. Now, for some of you, this doesn't even have to be a third-party situation. It may very well be talking about your marriage or the relationship that you're in now. That maybe it is a soulmate type of relationship. Maybe there was this mutual love and understanding between you both. But something has happened to bring about this feeling here for you. This Nine of Wands energy. Now, getting back to this Eight of Cups. All these cups here are full of water, okay? Which talks of our feelings and our emotions. And it's like this man here has given everything to this situation. He's done everything he possibly can. He's put all of his feelings and emotions into it. But for some reason, he has decided the best thing he can do is to walk away from this. Because he feels that he's done everything he can and there's nothing more that he can give to this situation. Now, the thing up here as well is we do have the Six of Swords, which again is a very similar energy to the Eight of Cups. You've got this family in this boat. And they've literally decided to physically remove themselves from this turbulent water here and go off to the calmer water over here. They're taking their thoughts with them. We can see the swords in the boat. Because the thing is, wherever we go, we take our thoughts with us. We can't escape that. But we can decide to physically remove ourselves from something that is bringing us stress and pressure, which obviously this situation is because we have this Nine of Wands energy here. The outcome card is the Three of Swords. Now, yes, the Three of Swords can talk about third-party situations. But it can also talk about sadness, intense pain, rejection, loneliness. It can also talk about getting to the heart of the matter. Now, to clarify that Three of Swords, the Five of Cups came out. And again, this talks about loss. The thing I always focus on with this card is that over here there are 3 cups laying down. Now, this card obviously doesn't always have to talk about a third-party situation here. But sometimes that is what I pick up with this card. There are still 2 cups standing. But this person in this card, he's not interested and he's not focusing on what he still has left here. He's only focusing very heavily on what's been lost. This may very well be just a message for one person here. Because I do feel that we are talking about either a marriage or a very committed relationship that may very well feel like this or has felt like this. Maybe, you know, it felt very much like a soulmate situation here. But because it can be a soulmate relationship, it doesn't mean that we spend the rest of our lives with that person, okay? It talks more about the connection between 2 people. But somebody here with this Nine of Wands is very much on edge here, is very much on guard. For some of you, yes, we are talking about, as I said, your marriage or a very committed relationship that for some reason, something has happened to bring about this situation. But for some of you, it could very well be talking about how you have become involved maybe with somebody else outside of your own relationship, or you have become involved with somebody that is already in another relationship. And if we're talking about a third-party situation here, then I do feel that this week could bring about the ending of that situation. It could very well be that either one of you decide that, yes, maybe you do have this connection with each other. But maybe at this moment in time, there's no way that either one of you can be together because of either both of you or one of you being committed to somebody else. There may very well be children involved, obviously finances and all other things involved. This on guard feeling and feeling very defensive may very well be to do for some of you where, you know, you've been very fearful that maybe, you know, you're going to be found out, you're going to get caught. For some of you, as I said, this is talking about your own marriage. And although this Ten of Pentacles is in the upright position, which does make it more positive, but maybe if some of you are getting a divorce, then it may very well be that this card is here purely to show the dividing of the assets, the dividing of the home and the finances. And maybe for some of you that is being done amicably. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? But it's definitely going to be quite an intense week for some of you. And for some of you, we are talking about an ending of a marriage or a relationship, whether that be a third-party situation or not. Because we do have two walking away cards here. We've got the Eight of Cups and we've got the Six of Swords. The message with this Five of Cups, though, is that you cannot keep dwelling on what has been lost here. At some point, you need to turn around and focus on what is left within your life. And focus on the two cups that are still standing, because not all is lost here, okay? There are still some good and positive things in your life. It just may be that through this upcoming week, for whomever this message is for, you may be struggling and finding it very difficult to be able to focus here. But that's what you're going to need to do in time to be able to get through this situation. So, Cancer, as I said, this is a very specific message here, and it may only be for one person, okay? I'm going to conclude the reading there. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for liking, sharing and subscribing to my channel. Please try and have a good week. Take care. Bye.